Time now for Focus, and in today's edition we report on the potential risk posed by the world's most used herbicide. Last month, the World Health Organization ranked Glyphosate, created in the 1970s by Monsanto, in its 2A category, meaning it classes it as a probable cause of cancer. We head to Argentina now, where some 30,000 doctors are calling for the product, widely used in the country's booming soy industry, to be banned. This from our correspondents Mathilde Guillaume and Julien Ferrat.
Once the land of the famous Argentine cows, Córdoba province has become a transgenic soy paradise. And with this comes glyphosate, a powerful herbicide that burns everything apart from the soy that has been genetically modified to withstand it. 15 years ago, this combination arrived in the small town of Itusango.
The kids used to run after the fumigation plane. For them, it was like a game. We were also eating the soybeans collected after the harvest. It was served in the school canteen at Bible study. Soy was supposed to save us.
But soon things went sour. Cases of cancer and malformation exploded amongst the population living near the fields.
We asked the health ministry to send us doctors to check the data we had collected ourselves. At that point, we realized that the situation was even worse than we thought, that there were more cases than we had noticed.
These mothers successfully fought to have aerial fumigation forbidden by law within 1.5 kilometers of the town. They were the first people in Argentina to force back the almighty soybean.
Even now that they've stopped fumigating over us, there are still lots of cancer and malformation cases in children. Who's going to fix that? I've already lost my son.
Georgina used to live a few meters from the soy fields when she gave birth to Matteo 9 years ago.
He has an intestine and kidney malformation. Instead of having two, he has only one, which is horseshoe-shaped. He also has a malformation of the vertebra next to his sacrum, which means he cannot feel anything in this area. He also has a bladder malformation.
Matteo is incontinent. Nothing is easy in his daily life, which is spent between medical exams and invasive procedures. Proving the link between fumigation and all of these diseases is difficult. We are at the Carafa hospital, where Dr. Avila Vasquez has witnessed numerous cases of newborn malformations.
This is one of the babies who was born with heart problems, malformations, Down syndrome, and who came from fumigated areas. During fumigation times around September and October, the women who become pregnant are exposed to greater risks of giving birth to these kinds of babies.
With the help of his team, he recently introduced a medical census at Monte Maíz, a small village surrounded by transgenic soy fields. They found out that cases of miscarriages, lupus and cancer were 3 times above national average. But Dr. Vasquez says it is unlikely authorities will consider this frightening data.
We fight from an ethical perspective for human rights against an economical system which generates high profits but also causes a lot of illnesses.
Transgenic soy has been the engine of Argentina's economy. It supported the country's recovery after the 2001 crisis. Today it grows on more than half of the fertile land in Argentina. Profits are so great that producers don't want to listen to the health arguments of opponents.
They provoke media stunts in order to cause panic, but they bring no real technological, medical, or scientific proof to the table. They don't propose any alternatives.
The World Health Organization recognizes that glyphosate is a probable cause of cancer. But when asked about that toxicity, aviator José Luis Suárez, a glyphosate fumigation specialist, simply states that it was even worse before.
I come from the time when we used 2,4,5-T, which we used as an herbicide. It's the infamous Agent Orange, which the United States used as a defoliant in Vietnam. We used it for a very long time here, so when the glyphosate came around, we were very happy. Finally, we had a way of working with non-toxic product.
Affected Argentines don't share this view. As for the government, it is cashing in on soy revenue through export taxes and refuses to comment on the possible health consequences. Meanwhile, the so-called green gold keeps spreading all over the country.